unter der Leitung von Major Tobias Terhardt.
Let's not forget it's Germany against Finland, and that means national anthems.
Die deutsche Nationalhymne.
An emotional playing and singing of Die Deutsche Nationalhymne, the German national anthem. So many here to bid goodbye to Bastian Schweinsteiger. The Germany team tonight, Mark ter Stegen between the posts. We think it will end up being a back three with Joshua Kimmich beside Shkodran Mustafi, now of Arsenal, and Niklas Süle. Germany's opponents, Finland, who have been playing with a back five in many of their recent matches under Hans Backer, the Swede. We expect it will be something of a defensive posture favoured by the Finns. Bastian Schweinsteiger wearing the armband one final time.
Kill the ball.
Niklas Moisander there, of Werder Bremen. He's the captain of Finland. And the referee, Alexei Kulbakov, the only official from his country, Belarus. Working regularly in the Champions League and Europa League group stages. Confirmation of the Finnish starting 11. Bundesliga fans will know all about Lukas Hradecky of Eintracht Frankfurt. He is their goalkeeper. Niklas Moisander, normally the defensive anchor. Well, Bastian Schweinsteiger will want to enjoy this. Yes, there's business to take care of, but it is, as you've said, Owen, a very proud moment for him. There will be a minute's silence to remember Engelbert Nelle, honorary president of the DFB, the German FA, who has passed away at the age of 83. Engelbert Nelle, also former member of the German Bundestag with the CDU party.
Seit 2001 als erster Vizepräsident Amateure das Geschehen im deutschen Fußball überaus positiv mitgestaltet. In seiner Verantwortung für den Frauen- und Mädchenfußball erwies sich der jahrzehntelange Präsident des Niedersächsischen und Norddeutschen Fußballverbands als verdienstvoller Impulsgeber, wobei ihm die Frauennationalmannschaft als Delegationsleiter bei vielen erfolgreichen Turnieren eine besondere Herzensangelegenheit war. Als Ausdruck unseres großen Danks bitten wir Sie um einen Moment des stillen Gedenkens. Vielen Dank.
Impeccably observed. Mark of respect following the passing away of Engelbert Nelle. I'm delighted to be able to say things have cooled down a bit this week here in Germany. If you were around for any of the Bundesliga matches at the weekend, you'll know that it was quite the heat wave. Game here in Mönchengladbach with Leverkusen providing the opposition. Played amid temperatures of around 32, 33 degrees Celsius. It was actually hotter in some of the other stadia, the earlier kickoffs. You could justifiably rename this Bastian Schweinsteiger night in Mönchengladbach. But let's not forget, it's all about international action. Germany against Finland for the 23rd time. Finland's only previous victory coming back in August 1923. A youthful Germany side put out by Joachim Löw. Certainly with an eye on the future, Owen Hargreaves.
Well, Germany always seem to have a production line of young players coming through. Max Meyer, one of those. Süle, terrific young centre-back, very bright future. Julian Brandt, probably a name not a lot of people know about, but a very good player for Leverkusen. Germany just continue to give these young players an opportunity to play.
Early touch for Lukas Hradecky, who's on the winning side with Frankfurt on Saturday. They defeated Schalke by 0-0. Reitela trying to get forward. Karim Bellarabi was back inside his own penalty area. Markus Halsti. Alexander Ring of Kaiserslautern plays in the German second division. No scope for Germany to get forward. One was made by Mario Götze. The pass from Kevin Volland, who's just made the move this summer from Hoffenheim to Leverkusen. Ordered back the way by Kaspar Hemelainen. Polish champion with Legia Warsaw. Ekstraklasa winner. Chance for Germany to get ready for Norway, their opponents in World Cup qualifying this Sunday in Oslo. Finland up against Kosovo, now taking part in international qualifying. It'll be Finland against Kosovo on Monday. Again going ahead in Turku. Forant again showing for it. Jonas Hector trying to make the run. It comes off Jukka Raitala, Norwegian-based with Sogndal. Jonas Hector of Köln. Germany's first game since that disappointing exit at the Euros that night in Marseille against France, and nothing really went to plan. Interesting that Volland plays from the outset. Only his 7th international appearance.
I think their biggest problem was, I think Germany dominated most of the stats in terms of possession and touches, but just didn't have that centre forward to finish things off. Gomez played well when he was healthy, but in that whole system with the false nine hasn't really worked for Germany. A ton of players to play in that position, but I think they need that centre forward, that target man.
Mentioned Mario Gomez there. He's not the only one out injured. It's quite the lengthy list. Jerome Boateng, Leroy Sané, Marco Reus, Ilkay Gundogan, Antonio Rüdiger, André Schürrle, and Emre Can has joined the club. He's going to be out for the 2 matches because of a right foot injury. Götze. It comes off Ring. And the 2 coaches, Joachim Löw and Hans Bakke, just been in charge of Finland since the start of the year. Yet to see his team win. Could get a very respectable 1-1 draw with Belgium in Brussels just before the Euros. And Germany trying to get onto the front foot. Julian Brandt and Karim Bellarabi, 2 Leverkusen players there. Finland not afraid of 3 at the back, or more accurately 5. Here's Joel Poyanpalo. The idea was good. Poyanpalo, who came off the bench to great effect for Leverkusen at this ground on Saturday. It was Raitala getting forward again on the right.
Well, that's always going to be there for Finland. Germany, a lot of possession, very high up the pitch. That ball in behind. End product, it's a bit better from Poyanpalo. Great opportunity for Finland.
Moisander, usually the rock of the Finnish defence. It's played in by Uronen, Jere Uronen. And the Belgian side, Genk. Now Julian Brandt, as Germany tried to build. Bastian Schweinsteiger. I think every touch is going to be cheered in that fashion.
I think this tempo probably suits him. Hasn't played a game all summer. Nice and easy to start off with, get into the game. See Finland dropping in deep.
Bellarabi. Joshua Kimmich. Pretty useful first season, wasn't it, with Bayern? Julian Brandt. Not long back from the Olympics, Brandt. Same applies to Max Meyer, who got on the ball just then. Bellarabi. Niklas Süle. 3rd Olympian in the starting 11. Schweinsteiger. Was broken up. Paulus Arajuri, member of the Finnish defence, plays for Lech Poznan in Poland. Here's Julian Brandt. He's trying to get in behind Arajuri. Leverkusen's 2nd top Bundesliga scorer last season with 9 goals. Brandt. Kimmich. Skodran Mustafi. And Kimmich for Brandt. Well, they had Meyer and Götze inside the penalty area. Bellarabi takes it. Kimmich. Going in for it was Poyanpalo. Kimmich. Zula's pass. Kevin Volland. Just had a bit too much on it. Leisurely pace and the early going. Joachim Löw there with his coaching staff, Andy Kupke at the end of the line. long-serving goalkeeping coach. Not sure if Dr. Müller-Wohlfahrt ever misses a game.
He's been around forever, Müller-Wohlfahrt. Big supporter of the Bayern team, German national team. Followed Bassi's career the whole way.
Mario Götze just waiting for Jonas Hector to make his move. Very enthusiastic footballer. Has established himself at left back for Köln. Was an attacking midfield player until about 2012.
A lot of people are probably surprised he didn't move on from Cologne this summer. A lot of people interested in Germany's #1 left back.
Here's Brandt. Robin Lod now in midfield. Left HJK Helsinki for Panathinaikos last year. Can they carve something out here, Finland? Offside flag does go up against Hämäläinen, and he knew it. That's why he was reluctant to touch the ball to begin with. Finland, the Eagle Owls as their nickname. Kajat. Well, they'll try to get their talons into Germany. It's no easy task, is it? Kimmich. Finland, who have never been to a World Cup or a European Championship.
At some point they're going to need some runners, Germany, people to just get in behind. Finland very happy with this shape, very organised. Just need somebody to run beyond that back line, just stretch people into places.
Arajuri trying to get tightly on to Götze. Mustafi. Kimmich. Here is Schweinsteiger. Narrowing it to Bellarabi. Down goes Radetzky. Bobbles around there. Folland was fighting for it.
That's all it needs. Just it needs forward passes, forward runners. Good awareness from Schweinsteiger. Terrific run from Bellarabi.
Niklas Süle. His very first call-up. Plays from the beginning. Folland. Götze. Once again, Arajuri was in there for Finland. No wins in 8 matches for the Finns. Going to go back to the 1-0 triumph against the Faroe Islands, September of last year. European Championship qualifying. Brandt. Remember, the Bundesliga start was delayed because of Germany's participation in the Olympics. So just 1 week of Bundesliga action and straight into an international period. Slightly unusual.
Well, it's very much a pre-season tempo early on in the season. It's up to Germany to speed it up. 1 and 2 touch, play a bit quicker.
Mario Götze, Kevin Folland. And it goes Finland's way. Moisander doing the covering.
Head up, that ball in behind. It's one thing young players can learn from Schweinsteiger. Always get your head up. Great awareness on the pitch, one of the most important things for any midfield player. Schweinsteiger had that in abundance.
See the big banner behind the goal. Servus Basti. Servus a greeting to be found usually in the south of the country. There's Meyer, and he hits it with authority. Max Meyer, fielded by Radetzky.
That's where he wants to be, Maya, in that number 10 position to affect the game. Again, good ball from Schweinsteiger. Easy save for Radetzky.
Karim Bellarabi. Borussia Dortmund were very interested in luring him away from Bayer Leverkusen. Didn't happen in the summer. Leverkusen able to hold on to their assets. I believe they could make quite the push. We shall see about that. Buronin, Moisander. And then trying to show composure on the ball. This is Ring. Gobbled up by Bellarabi. He's played in that right wing-back position, if you want to call it that, for his club side, Leverkusen. Not the norm, though.
No, he's a terrific winger. One of the quickest players in the Bundesliga. Sure, he probably won't be too happy. It's a bit more defensive work, but when he stays wide, he's so difficult to defend.
Kimmich. Moisander. He's taking it away from Maya. That's a free kick. Opportunity for Germany. Not very subtle, was it, by Moisander? Now, who's it going to be? Schweinsteiger certainly involved in the discussion.
Well, they used to ask me to take free kicks. I used to tell them to go away.
4 players involved in that mini conference. Could be an inviting angle for the left-footed Volland. It's got to be Schweinsteiger. Who else, I suppose, given the circumstances, Owen?
He's the senior figure on the pitch. Young players look up to him. Going to give him every opportunity to get on the score sheet.
Max Meyer with the out-swinging corner. Well, the headed attempt from Mustafi.
Well, they should score. It's a terrific ball in. Free header. We should score, Mustafi. Terrific ball in, attacks it well. Just heads it straight over the goal. Finland get lucky.
The man from Hessen, Skodran Mustafi, grew up in Bebra, not too far from Kassel. Thomas Müller amongst the substitutes. Got off to a winning start with Bayern on Friday night, 6-0 against Werder Bremen. Sami Khedira on the bench as well. Moisander to that far side. We've seen a willingness on the part of Reitela to get forward on the right. Moisander. Spent last season at Sampdoria, previous 3 years with Ajax, but now with Werder Bremen. Skodran Mustafi was jousting it out with Kasper Hemelainen.
He's going to need that pace in the Premier League. Arsenal desperately needed a centre-back. Should be a good signing for them.
Safety first from Kimmich. As always said, Bastian Schweinsteiger was his great inspiration growing up. Bojan Palo. This time a corner to Finland. It comes off Skodran Mustafi.
I think Schweinsteiger was never the most powerful, never the quickest. He just had an incredible feel for the game, when and where to be, when to do things, when to play the right pass. Just had a real gift for that. It's not always about being the biggest or the most powerful. Have an impact on football games. I think he and Philip Lahm always did that.
Alsti, Hemelainen, Arajuri. Already, the left-footed Uronen has gone over to take it. Jere Uronen, dealt with by Kimmich. Moisander for Finland. Jonas Hector trying to fend off Jere Uronen. Almost 20 minutes have elapsed. Great to have you with us here on BT Sport. Germany against Finland, international tune-up game for these two countries ahead of World Cup qualifying. Niklas Süle. Noted down by Paulus Arajuri. Alexander Ring. Idea was to spring Raitala on Hector. Joachim Löw has been talking about Germany changing one or two things in the forthcoming World Cup qualifying campaign. Wants the quicker switch of play after Germany win the ball.
Well, they had the most possession of the European Championships, most passes. I think the most important thing is that you're effective with the ball. Try and penetrate a bit quicker. As you see again, a little bit slower possession this evening. I think some of the teams that stood out at the Euros were the more defensive ones, counter-attacking teams. So I think Germany need to find a game plan against that. Finland obviously trying that this evening.
Hector hugging that left-hand touchline as Germany work it infield. Kimmich. And Benarabi receives it from Götze. Karim Benarabi gliding through. Joshua Kimmich. Süle not afraid to get himself forward. It's Meyer's pass. Volland. Just running out of room in the end. Pass by Moisander for Finland. No. Quick reminder about our UEFA Champions League coverage on BT Sport. PSG against Arsenal, Tuesday the 13th of September, 7 o'clock, BT Sport 2. It's quite the night, that Tuesday night. Barcelona and Celtic. BT Sport 3 from 7. And also Manchester City against Borussia Mönchengladbach. 7 o'clock. That's on BT Sport ESPN. Also 4K UHD. Every other Champions League match exclusively live as well. To access all of the games, go to the red button. BT TV viewers can select BT Sport Extra. Well, of course, I'm sure by now you know all about the BT Sport app. Many ways to watch. New season of the Champions League. Benarabi just selling Kimmich short, but tigerish in the tackle, robbing Hemelainen of it. Poyan Palo, Hemelainen. Halsti. Markus Halsti of the Danish side, Midtjylland. Have a spell with DC United in Major League Soccer, Halsti. Now away goes Meyer. Finland, one of the players in support, and it's away by Moisander. The alarm bells were ringing at the back for Finland.
Well, the one time they get caught up the pitch, poor pass, and the counter-attack was on. So much space. Just see a collision there. Max Meyer, that's where he wants to be, in that number 10 position. Really good running from Finland. That's Lahm. Let's hope he's okay. Germany speeded up, play a bit quicker. Scored plenty of goals this evening.
Hans Bakke, the Swede who's bounced around the football world. Latest successes really coming at FC Copenhagen in Denmark. He was the assistant at Manchester City and also at Mexico under Sven-Göran Eriksson.
Nice to see him out for dinner with Sven all the time in the Manchester Town Centre.
Well, they're here to give thanks, these German fans. Thanks to Bastian Schweinsteiger. Lahm, the player who went down for Finland, just off the pitch, but seeking permission to return, Owen. Thomas Lahm of Nottingham Forest. Alexander Ring. Belarabi right on top of Ring. Good use of the advantage by the referee from Belarus. It's the one arm extended as referees are allowed to use now. It doesn't have to be both. Schweinsteiger. That low ball in from Hector could have gone anywhere. Arayuri. Dear me, somehow it stayed out.
Well, once Germany speeded up, 1 and 2 touch. So difficult for Finland. Arayuri gets really lucky. It's a bad shank. Just comes off that near post.
Almost an embarrassing moment for Paulus Arayuri. Off the frame of his own goal. Belarabi. Zule pushing it forward for Brandt. He ended last season on fire with Bayer Leverkusen. Julian Brandt. Well, we told you about Champions League coverage. How about the Europa League? Southampton and Sparta Prague will go at it Thursday the 15th of September, 7:45 of that game. BT Sport 2 and in 4K UHD. Feyenoord against Manchester United also Thursday the 15th, 5:30. That's the early kick-off. You can see that game on BT Sport 3. Europa League exclusively live as well throughout the course of the season. Mustafi. Götze just dropping deep and collecting the ball. Fonant trying to go around Arayuri. The header on there by Brandt, looking for Meyer to get in behind. Radetsky has it.
Such an important season for Mario Götze. Leaving Bayern Munich back to Borussia Dortmund. Hasn't started the season. Great opportunity to play. He just looks a little bit out of shape, lacking match fitness. When he's fit and healthy, Such a joy to watch. We haven't seen that for a couple of years.
Joshua Kimmich. Niklas Süle. It's forward by Moisander for Finland. Hämäläinen is trying to work something with Poyanpalo. Here he is again, Joel Poyanpalo. Jere Urunen made his international debut as a 17-year-old back in May 2012. Was with Helsingborg in Sweden, playing under Henrik Larsson there, before making the move to Genk, Belgium. Well, 30 minutes on the clock, Owen. How would you sum up what you've seen so far?
It's been a bit slow. A lot of possession for Germany. Lacking that penetration. Finland just happy to drop in. Don't want to get beaten heavily. Passing's been a little bit slower than normal.
Kimmich. Belarabi. Kimmich with the switch. Back to Hector. Schweinsteiger. Süle. Finland defending as a team. Return by Schweinsteiger. Ambitious attempt.
For Germany, everybody's coming to the ball. Just need somebody on the shoulder.
No doubt the space opens up for Mario Götze, creating the angle. A vital piece of defending it was from Raitala. Well, they thought it had to be a goal.
Well, he should have scored. He did everything right. Terrific running behind. Easily onside. That's where he needs to have a shot there. Just waits, tries to get a better angle. Finland get bodies back in behind.
Here comes the corner. Süle beaten to it by Arayuri. Schweinsteiger spreading play out to Brandt. Kimmich's pass. Schweinsteiger. Confident play it was from Bastian Schweinsteiger. Acrobatic attempt from Volland. It falls for Belarabi. That's a wild swing at it from Karim Belarabi.
It's probably the only thing he lacks, I think, Belarabi. Just a little bit of end product. See the chance from Götze again. Finland does a terrific job of getting bodies back. Raitala with a terrific block.
Experienced defender Jukka Raitala. Spent a couple of years in Germany with Hoffenheim. Spell at Paderborn. Went on to play for Osasuna in Spain, for Heerenveen in the Netherlands. Off the boot of Alexander Ring. A spell in the youth system at Leverkusen. Ring, second division player here in Germany now for Kaiserslautern. There's an unused substitute in their 0-0 draw with Fortuna Düsseldorf at the weekend. Belarabi. And the German players trying to liven up the proceedings. Brandt's pass. Little nick on it from Markus Halsti. Whereas Finland are the team mostly on the defensive here. And they take on Kosovo at home in Turku. They'll expect to be the aggressors. Inside on the front foot. Bellarabi. Götze goes in for it. Well, the feeling in Finland is that the only way is up. Listening to Mikael Forsell talking earlier, former Finnish international striker. Spent part of his career here in Germany, of course. He was saying that he thinks Finland can take great inspiration from what Iceland did, qualifying for and then competing in the Euros.
I think that team mentality is so important. I think Finland, if you look back, Jari Litmanen and Mikael Forsell, terrific players that could be game changers for a hard-working Finnish side. Don't really have that player at the moment. Hopefully Pojan Paolo can be that player. He's probably been their best one this evening.
There was a bit of hesitancy. Back to Radetski. Well, they had that golden generation, didn't they, Finland? Jari Litmanen, Sami Hyppia, Mikael Forsell, Petri Pasanen, Jonas Kolka. Didn't make it to an international tournament despite those big names. Less than 10 minutes to go to half-time here in Mönchengladbach. Germany 0, Finland 0. International friendly. Bastian Schweinsteiger's international send-off. Bellarabi. Now the nimble Maya. And that's from a long way out and not troubling Radetski.
Oh, he's looked good, Max Meyer. Certainly lacking end product when they get in and around the box. But he's caught the eye, Max Meyer. Good awareness, always good on the half turn. Good touches.
Zule. It's a topsy-turvy opening fixture for Niklas Zule and his Hoffenheim teammates against the Bundesliga new boys RB Leipzig. Finished 2-2. Twice Hoffenheim held the lead. Twice they were pegged back. Bellarabi wanted it from Folland and got it. Here it comes from Karim Bellarabi into the gloves of Lukas Radetski. Easy to see why many are tipping Leverkusen to fare well in the Bundesliga. Folland, Bellarabi, Brandt, all representing Germany in this game, named in the starting 11 by Joachim Löw. It's almost gone unnoticed amid all the fuss about Schweinsteiger, but Jogi Löw appointed a little bit more than 10 years ago. Phenomenally successful. Corner here, carved out by Hemmelainen.
Well, I think that's what other countries should do. Let a manager grow with the country, regardless of some of the results, build something. It takes time to build that, an identity, a philosophy, a style of play, a squad. Jogi Löw done an incredible job of building that over 10 years, integrating the younger generation.
A couple of objects removed, paper objects. Ring was in position, it was Arayuri trying to get his head to the ball for Finland. And there they are, Finnish supporters. Aren't that many in attendance tonight at the Borussia Park. Reitala with it. Got it back from Hemelainen.
It's far from vintage offensively from Finland.
And Germany know they can hit higher gears as well.
Again, nobody moving off the ball, nobody running in behind. That's the space. Needs runners. All these players can pick a pass. To do that, you need options. Especially in the modern game now, everybody comes short, everybody loves the ball to feet. As a young player, you can make a living just running, stretching the pitch, running in behind, creating space for other players.
Julian Brandt trying to cushion it for Max Meyer. The player who went in was Jere Uronin. His 20th international appearance. A man from Turku, Poyan Palo. Reitala. Hector was just sticking to his position over there on the left for Germany. Schweinsteiger. Spoke about Lukas Podolski earlier, the fact that he is injured. Plan is for Podolski to thank the German fans for all their support over the years in Dortmund against England next March. Would have happened for Podolski tonight as well, had it not been for the injury in the Turkish Super Cup. Schweinsteiger.
Again, he's looking for somebody to hit, but they're not getting any stretching him behind.
Niklas Süle, and he gives it a hit. Radetzky had to watch that one all the way. Niklas Süle in his Germany debut.
He's a very highly rated young player from Hoffenheim. Quite a difficult knee injury. He's back fit and healthy. Got a very bright future as well. Ball playing centre back.
Nothing comes of the German corner. This is Berarabi. Shuffling for space. And to work the 1-2. Trying to get it back that time. Kevin Folland was the man he was working with. And teammates now, those two. Mustafi. Well, it has been what it says on the tin, a friendly.
It's been very friendly. Can't think of many tackles either. But Germany, the onus is on them at home. Up the tempo. Finland very happy to drop in these spaces.
Julian Brandt. Offside. Kevin Folland. Just strayed.
Every time they run in behind, they create an opportunity. Folland just offside, but that's all it needs. Even if the defenders are very deep. Can come from out in. See Folland just offside there. There's enough creativity in that young German attack. It should create more.
Kevin Folland, whose dad Andreas was a fine ice hockey player. Refined his game at Hoffenheim, but he's very much looking forward to what life with Bayer Leverkusen might offer. Robin Lod, making only his 8th international appearance, wearing that on the back of his shirt. I'm sure we'll see plenty of substitutions in the second half, Owen, from both teams.
I'd love to see Ozil, Toni Kroos, play that killer pass.
Ring, Poyan Palo. Julian Brandt will pursue. Can't get there. The highlights really were all before a ball was kicked.
I don't think he could have picked a better game. Bastian Schweinsteiger. He's had a difficult pre-season. Part of the first team plans at United. Not going to be match fit. So this game not being at the highest tempo has probably suited him. And they need to speed it up, needs to be a bit quicker.
Germany know that upping the tempo will be very important. It's the one additional minute. Injury earlier sustained by Lahm of Finland. Zule. Turns 21 this Saturday, Niklas Zule. Mustafi. Who haven't had the best of times against Germany over the years, only winning once. 16 draws, 15 defeats. Keeping Germany's attack quiet in the first half. That's the big plus point Hans Backer will take from events so far. And it is now half-time in Mönchengladbach. And Joachim Löw won't be happy with what he's seen. Bastian Schweinsteiger, his big night. His final goodbye to the Nationalmannschaft. Hasn't really been able to influence matters on the pitch. A defensive-minded Finland, but keeping Germany